Okay, so last week we started with this drawing. And as you can see, here's where my drawing ended. I did not get any of the features in. What I want to do, and I'm going to start doing this with all portraits, is this week we're going to do a detailed practice looking at really big pictures of the features one at a time. And I don't want you to try to put these together. I want you to actually practice them as separate exercises, like one for each page, okay? The reason being that once you've done that, you could then go back, right? And you could then go back and add that into your drawing. And if we have time today, I will start to do that. But I want you to be able to see kind of up close what's happening. So for those who aren't, hold on. Did I just take that photo? Here on the WhatsApp thread. So Josie, you're just going to text me stuff as you're working on it. You'll notice I just texted you a picture. We're going to start with the eyes since everybody wants to do that. And what I like about this process is it gives us a chance to really practice. I'm trying to get like up close so you can really see. So I want to point out a couple of things. They're a little tricky to see here for some reason. Maybe the sun is like coming in, or I have light reflecting in a funny way. But one of the things I want you to observe about eyes before we get started is, if you can look here, you'll see that like there's a little light edge, right, around the bottom of the eye. People tend not to put that in. We wanted to make a hard, dark line. The other thing, and you can really see it, if you look at the photo I sent you, you can really see it. I wonder if I can move it. Yeah, it's a little hard. It's a little hard to see from this perspective. So look at the photo. You will see that there's not only a little reflective edge here. You will see that the edge of the eye is as dark as the pupil in the center, and that the rest of the iris that isn't the pupil, you know, the little round dark part, it's lighter here and it's darker up here. Okay, notice that. We're going to spend a lot of time talking as well about, remember, here's the upper lash line, which is quite thick. And here is the upper lid line. And notice we're going to be working on this space in between it. And then here is the shape where the eyebrow starts. So I think we have we kind of struggled to place these in the right place. So we're going to really work on that today, right? Starting with the eye. And I'm just trying to think. Anybody else notice anything about this eye, these eyes? Anybody notice anything unusual, or they might want to, I don't know. If you see anything, let me know. Otherwise, we'll get started. And so I want you to have a separate sheet of paper. I want you to draw really big. I know it looks like this eye is almond shaped, but it's not exactly almond shaped. It's not like this, right? It's not like this. That's not what we're doing. The eye is actually, I'm going to do it really big here, kind of more curved on the top, and it's a little bit less curved on the bottom.
So it's more of an arc.
The top is more, yes, the top is more arched and the bottom is more straight. That is true of all eyes.
The way she's looking, it's almost like the upper lid curves to our right and the bottom one curves to our left. So it's almost like.
You mean like that? What do you mean by that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good. Good. Yes. Yes. Good eye, good eye,
more
good
of an
eye
angle.
about the eye.
It's more of an angle on the bottom eye than it is, it's more of a curve on the top line, but
It's actually more of, the top line is more curved, the bottom line is more angled. It's
Yeah.
just a slight angle here. However, if you were to measure these angles, they aren't the same. This is more extreme. This is less extreme. Yes. So good job. Good perspective and view. I don't want to get into too much detail, but I do want you guys to be able to, so go ahead and get this shape in. And then notice that the eye is kind of, there's like this, sorry, here. That's where the pupil is. The pupil's over here. Sorry, the iris is over here because she's looking at us. She's looking at the camera. So that's the pupil. That's the, sorry, the iris, right? And then and then we've got the tear duct, right, which is right here. Okay, that's as far as I want to go. And then let me double check something. Oh, yes. And then here's the third thing I want you to observe. So if I'm going to measure the eye from about here to the edge of the iris, and then I come over here, you'll see that from, this is about the halfway point. So your iris shouldn't be too far over. In fact, mine's a little far. Let's scoot it just a touch this way. So this is as far as I want to get on the details right now, because now we're going to place the other eye. But show me how this looks first. Go ahead and send me your sort of outline sketch. Double check. Yep. Of this eye first. I'm going to send it to you too, Joseph. You're going to get a lot of text from me. So send it back when you think you have it. Let's see. Hey, Addie, you're going to need to give yourself, you're going to have to scoot this all the way over because you're going to need to give yourself more room. Scoot it over. I hate to tell you. And this is a little too, you've got yours a little bit, your line is coming down like that. Do you see that? So scoot it over so that you have room for your second eye. But otherwise looks pretty good. I am going to make one or two marks. I don't want to mark this up too much because then we can never see it. I'm going to make one or two marks. Everybody else, go ahead and send that in. So here is the eye on one side, here's the eye on the other side. That's the length of the eye. And kind of right here is the halfway point. Addie, you're like speeding to the finish line. Jean, let's see.
Also, Leah,
yeah.
so the paper I did mine on last week, it makes it really, really hard to shade, and I didn't realize that until I got to the shading part last week. And so I'm quickly sketching it. And I
Okay.
put my face almost down. I'm gonna send it to you in just a minute.
All right, we're not going to check the faces right now, though.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it, but let's take a look at it after we're
Okay,
done with this
after.
exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Jean, you need to scoot your eye a little bit to the right here. What, did you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, it's too,
Yeah, and Josie, you too. So this needs to, so yours, this looks otherwise excellent. The spacing is right, but did you see that you've made your eye a little too down here like this? Make it a little bit straighter. Otherwise, perfect. Let's see, who else? Good job. Hi, Tosh. So Tosh, yeah, just so that you know, we did the first half of this. We sort of placed all the features on this face last week. We are now practicing up close versions of these features, not putting them into a face, right? I want you guys to really, and so then if you want to, you can start sketching in this face and trying to get the features in, but you don't have to. It's all up to you. I will say this looks pretty good, but I will say I like the spacing. This is too, if you'll see, yours is kind of down like this a little too much.
Yeah.
Remember that the bottom of the eye is not as curved as the top. It's a little bit it's a little bit straighter, a little bit more. It's much more curved here. I know I'm being such a stickler. All right, Paul.
I'm gonna send another one. I erased that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I think you're almost there. You need to arch this up a little bit more and bend this down. So Paul, this is what you've got going. You've got this going.
Oh, it's too flat. Okay.
Look at the shape. The top looks good though. The top looks good. All right, let's see, Josie. Looks good. And I'm only doing this now because I think once we get these are the things where we really have to pay attention to get likeness. I wish somebody had told me this. All right, Josie, that looks pretty good. I like it. You can make this line, everybody can make this line almost straight and then in. You can't really see too much of an angle. All right, so then the question becomes, how do we know where to space the other eye? Does anybody have an idea on that? How do we space the other eye?
measure the eye.
Measure what eye?
The eye we've just drawn, and then it's 1, 2 is the space in between, and then except
Let's
the
see.
corner of her eye is disappeared behind her nose.
Yeah, that's right. It stops right here. So yes, so Jean's right. So we're going to take this eye to determine how big our other eye is. Now so you see, I've taken my finger here and I've lined up this side of the pencil with one edge of the eye. My fingers are at the other edge. Now I'm just going to come straight over. And the eye is right about, the second eye is right. If I go one eye over, this is about the spacing. So I can do that here too. Come over here. Right? So I know that that's about here. And then if I check my full, let's see, how big is the eye? It's like a little bit. With the lashes out, yeah, no, we want the shape of the eye. So now I'm coming back in and checking. Really, this eye from here to here is about half of the size of this eye. So I can come here, mark this, and then here. That's a little bit of a trickier measurement. So if that doesn't make sense to you, tell me. So just to show you what I did, the first thing I did was I came over here and I found out that if I come over one full eye, I get to about the middle where the iris is on the second eye. And then I checked the distance here and I saw it's just about half the eye. It's just about the distance from one side to the other is about half the eye. That's not including this part, but if we're including this part back here, we can add this on the end. So my second eye, and if you want to, you can even sketch in the nose line a little bit there, right, is shaped like this. And because of the angle it's at, this one has a, notice how different the shape is. Let's see. So if you want to, let's see. Okay, Paul, no straight line here. There's no straight line there. There's a line here. Right? I know you're drawing eye, but we are drawing these eyes in relation to each other. So, okay, and Addie. Addie, I see that you've made her eye go down a little bit. It's a little too much. You need to bring that eye up. Oh yeah, this isn't, okay. Let me see, hold on, I'm gonna look. 2. These are about the right sizes, but this eye, this second eye has to come up till it's more lined up with the first eye. But your spacing is correct. And Paul, you erase this middle line. There's no middle line here.
Okay.
There's just a 1, 1, 2. The size looks right. So all you need to do is get a line coming down here and the shape looks right. So you're in pretty good shape. It's funny how just a little tiny bit of difference will be huge. And then if you want to, you can also put in this side, that line right there. Don't exactly feel like I had, there we go. It's kind of more like that. So look at the difference in the shape. It's a significantly different shape. Why is that? Does she have, is she cockeyed? Does she have 2 totally different eyes? There you go, Bob. What?
It's the angle of her face.
It's the angle of her face, right? What happens
She's not
is,
just looking to the side, she's tilted ever so slightly.
well, and the main, that looks great, Tosh. And the main thing is that this side of the face, because it's away from us, is smaller and more kind of angled up, right? The features look different on the half of the face that's away from us. Yeah, which is basically what you said. Just, I want to make sure you're connecting it back to understanding. Hey, Josie, can you show me the whole thing? Both eyes? I can only see your one eye. Also, this isn't a straight line, guys. Look at this line. I'll draw this in too so you can really see it. It's a curved line. There. There we go. It's probably a little tricky to see. Okay. So Josie, this isn't a straight line, right? This is a curved line. Like this. And 1, 2, excellent. Excellent. Okay, so what I would say, Josie, is look what's actually happening here. This second eye is actually here. I'm gonna draw this so you guys can really see that shape. See how it kind of runs into this nose line? Look at that shape. So it's not the same shape as this eye, nor is it the same size, because one eye is turning away and one eye is turning forward. You can really see this when you're looking up close, right? Good job. You guys are doing great. This is really good. I have a feeling you're going to roll with this after we get going to the next level. So once we have that shape, oops. We're going to get in these shapes. Notice this is when things become super different from side to side. So there's the eyebrow, the space between the eye, the nose itself, the eyebrow. Look at the difference in eyebrow shape. So we're going to do two things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the upper eyelid shape. Excuse me. See how I'm ignoring the lashes right now, but I'm imagining what would be there if there was just skin. And then I'm actually starting by sketching this shape because I can't place my eyebrow. Excuse me, guys. It's kind of at an angle here. So see, I'm doing the bottom of my eyebrow first. It starts here, it kind of comes up a little bit here, and then it curves out like that. Oops, I put it down too low. Something stuck in my throat here. Hold on. And then here's the top, right? So I'm going to take a picture of both of these so you guys can see them. So you notice I'm ignoring the lashes right now. We'll get those later. It's more important for me to get all these pieces in shape. So the first shape, okay, hold on. I just sent that to Josie, so she has it. Let me get it to the rest of you. Hold on, Paul. I'm going to get this over to you so you can actually see it. So Paul, before I look at that, I want you to compare that shape with what's happening here. And I want you to, there's a couple of fixes. I want to see if you can see them before I do them.
Okay, the first thing I notice is that I'm.
Just do it. Just do it.
Okay.
Just do it. I think you know enough. You've been doing this a while, so I feel like, and if you're struggling, let me know. But like, I want to see if you can just make that correction. Yeah. Notice that this eyebrow goes a little bit, if I was to bring this eyebrow comes a little bit farther than the edge of the eye. Here, I'll show you this. See that? So it needs to come a little bit further. If you want to, you can even sketch that in this shape. All right. Let's see. Oh, better. Better, Paul. Good. Excellent on this side. This side also, if you look at the edge of the eye. So Paul, this is the only, that's an excellent, you basically got everything right. I just want you to notice that if I were to go straight up from here, look at how much. So I can sketch that in as well, right? Mhm. So this is the thing about drawing. It's all about everything in relation to everything else. Once you've established something, you guys are doing great though, it's killer. All right, let's see, Josie. Whoa, I like it. Okay, Josie, this is excellent. Except that, do you notice you've lined up your eyebrow with your eye? A little bit. So here's what I want you to do. Just, so you've got your eyebrow ending here. Just end it a little bit farther on this side and a little bit farther out on this side. Excellent work, my dear. Excellent. Aren't you already feeling good? You guys should already be feeling good. You're doing good. If you want to try the other side, so the other side is like totally different. Okay, Jean, don't fill it in because you're not there yet. Also, you made it way too, it's not like that. It's not, you made it too much of an angle. It's not like that. It's, I want you to look at the pieces and really build them. I want you to look at that shape versus that shape. Okay, and look what you've done. You've brought your eye down here, right? You've brought your eyebrow on this side, just all the way down here. You've made it way too skinny. Look at these, look at that shape, right? Look at that shape. We're constructing this by building this shape first. I know this is not how you're used to thinking about drawing, guys, but this is how a drawer thinks. And I would say, same here. So actually erase these. Hang on this, Jean, because we don't quite have it. Let me show you guys about this eye. Scoot it over just a little bit this way. Okay, so you can see the nose is important, right? Because on this side, it's a little bit rounded, and it comes in about here and comes out at an angle like this. Can you see that? I'm going to send a picture so you can really see it. And then it's like up and down. It's an entirely different shape on this side than on the other side. In fact, I don't have it yet. Here, hold on. I curved that too much. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. So that's the schedule. If it makes you feel better, you can watch me. I'm making mistakes too. And in fact, if I don't actually, hold on, let's see. I'm running this. I could bring this up just a touch higher. Maybe this also. Look at the difference in shape between these two eyebrows. It's crazy. If you want to split it up, here's where the bend is here. Here is where the bend is here. It's insane. I think this is what messes people up, right? Because you expect one side to be like the other, but that's just not how it is. So I'm going to send a picture of this. Let's see. Yeah, Josie, that's looking good. So Josie, notice that this is a little bit more angled down because of the, so you have it like this, right? This is a little bit more of an angle. It's a little bit like that. I mean, you can curve it ultimately. It's a little bit less almond shape. And here, I'm going to send this over to you, Josie, so you can really see it because it's hard to see. I admit it is hard to see until I send it. So I'm going to send that to you, and I'm also going to send that to you guys. Paul, not bad, Paul. I'd like to see both. Oh, very nice, Addie. Addie, not bad, but it's too thin. Really break this down into shapes, right? That shape. Oh, that looks great, Paul. And Tosh, sorry, Tosh, that looks great. You got it. You got it. You guys got it. Here, hold on. I'm going to send this over so I can take, I want you guys to take a close look. So I want everybody who sent one in, Addie, you included. So Addie, this is not bad, but your eyebrow is too thin and there's not, this space isn't. In fact, if this makes you feel better, I don't have this space exactly correct either. So there you go. I'm fixing mine too. See that? See how I'm. So drawing is not about like getting it right on the first go. It's about, hey, Josie, what's your last name?
Holtquist.
Holtquist. Thank you, Tosh. You must be catching up.
Josie, do you mind just typing it in the chat, please? How do you spell your name? Your last name?
Yep.
Amazing.
Thank you, sweetheart. We appreciate it. I like it. You're doing the lesson and you're doing your stuff at the same time. Tashween is taking attendance for me, which is a really needed chore.
Majesty.
Okay. So every single one of you, now that I've sent this across, I want you to review and look before you, and send me and make at least one correction and send it back.
Is this the Jubilee we hear?
That's the Jubilee.
That was on mute.
There we go. Good job. Good job, everybody. So weird, isn't it? How different things are from one to the other, from one thing to the other. And then, because I don't want you to lose this, let's give ourselves a little, we're going to give ourselves a little light edge here. Right? This is going to stay light. I'm going to do the same thing here. Right here, like that. Let's see. All right, Addie, that looks great. There you go. Addie, and just so that you know, I really struggled with this one. Make this like an angle too. Right? Angle. Get those two angle lines, and you'll see this is a little bit thicker than you have it. So I noticed a lot of people are making their eyebrows too thin, and you're kind of cutting off this space in here. And if you want to make things look exactly alike, and we can take a little break for a second. I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to remove the spotlight, and then I'm going to put Jean up in the spotlight. Okay, Jean, take your glasses off, please. All right, so do you observe Jean's upper lid line? And then also this space between her eyebrow and look at how thin her eyebrows are and nicely tweezed, right? Okay, now you're gonna look at me. I'm going to, wait here, hold on. My light is weird today. Here, hold on. Look at me. I have no space. I have almost no space between my eyebrows. See how they sit right on top? There's just a little bit here, a little bit here. And mine is much deeper than Jude's. Addie, do you wanna show us? Let's see, let's look at Addie and we'll see this as well. All right. So Addie has more of, do you see how she's got just a tiny, we can only see a little bit of the between the upper lid line and the top of the lid line. Can you see that? Can you see the differences? Josie, let's look at you. Oh yeah, look at the difference. We can see more of Josie's here. I'm going to add this so you can see what I'm talking about. We can see much more of Josie's upper lid line here, right? Than we could have Addie's. Addie's comes up much higher. And then this shape is different. And the shape of the eyebrows are really different. Paul, you want to, well, it's okay. You've got your background on. So we'll do this another time. So my point here is to show you guys, where is it? Hold on. My point here is to show you guys that getting this shape and this shape and this shape is very key to getting it, is very different from person to person, and that's how you get likeness. Okay, that's how you get something to look. All eyes are not the same. I mean, they're all basically in the same places and they all have essentially the same shape. But upper lid lines are really different and eyebrows are really different from person to person. Okay, a few other things and then I think you're ready to kind of finish. So make sure you give yourself a light line here and here. So can you see I'm giving myself this very light lower lid line right here. You don't have to draw. Oh yeah, so the iris is in all eyes is very dark around, sorry, the iris is very dark around the edges. It doesn't matter what color your eyes are. This is true of all eyes. And it's also true, and in this case, her pupil is actually much bigger. That's super dark. And see that it kind of runs into, it's very big. You can see that her upper lid line is very dark. Right, like that. And then there's a clumps of eyelashes. Try not to make, try to see like where they actually are. And then it kind of goes, it gets very dark here. So you see less individual eyelashes here. And then the other thing is save your little reflected edge. And then you're going to make this dark up here. Right, so here's your pupil, and then your iris is lighter down here. It's also kind of darker in here. You'll also observe that there's a little bit of a shadow here too. It's not super dark, but it's just a little bit. Also a little shadow on the bottom and a little shadow inside. Is quite dark on the either side of the eye. There we go. So I'm going to send this over. Totally running out of pencil here. Where's my pencil sharpener? Here we go. I'm going to send this over so you guys can really see what's happening here. And actually, as I see this, I think I arched this a little too much. So I'm bringing my dark line down a little bit, right? I can use that to reshape things. Notice the lost edge between here, here, and the whole top of the eye, except for the reflected edge. Lost edge means it's all covered in shadow. You can't really see where the starting and stopping point is. What's happening is the eyelashes on the top are actually putting a shadow over the whole top of the eye. They're actually shadowing it. Now, if you want to, you can add in some of the dark around the edge. Even this little kind of shadow out there. Add some of that in. Here we are. Let's take a picture. No video. I'm exaggerating a little bit the lightness of this because I really want you to be able to see it. This is just a kind of problem with the photocopy. Okay. All right, Josie, this is coming your way too. Hang on. Where is my messenger? There we go. Right, and then of course we have something kind of similar happening over here. Right, it's like super, let's see, the pupil is big and it's right. Not that, yes, the pupil, that little dark space, there's a little light reflective edge. It's all like super dark. Here, and then you can have the lashes, kind of those clumps of lashes kind of hanging off the edge. You can see it's a little bit lighter down here. Don't forget this little light bottom area. Shade in there a little bit. It's dark light here, and then there's this light lower lid. And so it's the same thing happening out here. Lost my little light reflected edge, so I have to add it back in. Isn't that wild? This is looking pretty. I like the shading on the irises a lot, Addie. Look at this shape. It's a little bit thicker. You know what? You can just add another line down here. That's light to widen your eye just a little bit. And look at this shape. It comes up. It's a little hard to see. It starts like this and then comes in. Oi. Paul, you've got little soldiers happening here. Actually, look at, you have the source. Take a look at the source and look at how these are spread out. It's a little bit, try to get those shapes a little bit more random. And you want to bring that dark all the way down. Here. Also, your eyebrow needs to come out a little bit farther to the left on this side. Okay, I see this, Addie. I think it's in pretty good shape, but I'm gonna need to check it. I'll check it when we're done doing features, okay? I'll check it.
Okay.
So here's the eye on this side, kind of finished, except for the eyebrows. I'm gonna sand it to Josie. Let's see. Excellent, Josie. Really good shaping. Bravo. And I love, Josie, I love your reflected edge here and your sort of lost edge. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful, honey. Great job. You might want to bring your eyebrow up a little higher so that this space, see how there's a little bit more space up here? Oh, look, I have to do the same thing. Does that make you feel better? I have to bring my eyebrow up too. See how I'm doing that? I need to get that shape, these two shapes right? I need to get that shape. But really great work, Josie. Excellent. Great work, everybody. You're getting it. You're getting it. That's how that looks. And then, of course, I'm going to darken, right? And see how I'm kind of leaning on my pencil. I'm not trying to draw every hair, but I'm making my edge of my eyebrow just a touch ragged. Because there's a little hairs pointing out. I'm not trying to get every hair or anything. I'm just. I think I made this angle too. So you see how I'm always adjusting my shapes? So I've been doing this a long time, even I'm doing this all the time. I'm adjusting my shapes. Yeah, excellent. Up here, good. Bring this up just a little bit. So you see how I did that? I just did a little erase down here. And then I scooted everything up just a tiny bit.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Josie.
Oh, sorry.
Because she just sent that in. I want to make sure that this does, you've got yours dipping down a little bit too low, right? So it's cutting into this shape. Really, this is more like a rectangle. A little bit on its side, but. You guys are doing great. Let's see. Jane, let's see. Oh, excellent. Jean, it's still the eyebrow. Jean, you're painting you're drawing your own eyebrows. You are. Everything is fantastic from here down. I want you to look at the thickness of the eyebrow. It's almost as thick as the iris from top to bottom. Almost. See that? And it's still a touch low. It's dipping a little too much. Really look at this negative space shape. You want these shapes in between your upper eyelid, eye line, and the bottom of the eyebrow. So you need to make sure it comes up high enough. However, beautiful. I like the way you've got this shape going here. I love your eyelashes are looking great. You can extend those out a little bit more because look, they come out a little bit more and down here. You can extend her eyelashes a little bit. Nice, but nice, and make your pupil a little bit bigger because really her pupil is huge. I think it's because she's staring at a light or something like that. Anyway, her pupil is dilated a little bit, or she's, I'm just, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Her pupil's a bit more dilated than that. I like it. I'm still fighting with this myself. There we go. I think I've got it now. Kind of looking at it from an angle, which is part of my problem. I can't look. Ah, there we go. Yep. Okay. I'll be right back, you guys. Nice work, everybody. You're really killing it. Okay. It's like a little bit shaded down here. See how I'm kind of making sure I've got this light area. This light area is like super important, this bottom lid area. Nobody knows it's there. You wouldn't really know it's there and then you look for it. So now Josie and Addie, this is what you go tell people when you go to school. You tell them, I now know the tricks to drawing eyes. You guys don't know. I know the tricks. And you're doing it, you guys are all doing really great at this. So don't be discouraged if I'm correcting you. I'm only correcting you. If you were really doing bad, I wouldn't even be able to correct you. If I don't correct you, then be worried. Because that means I'm sick or something. I just don't have the energy.
Leah's not correcting me. She must have COVID.
She must be ill. Totally. And then the last thing I'll have you do, let's turn this upside down. So you can see, uh-oh, here we go. Let's turn this upside down. Okay, so I can immediately see, I need to, can you see how I can really need to pull that in a little bit more? So you see how one is able to kind of see the shapes better when they're, so now I'm correcting my shapes. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that I could get things wrong. I get things wrong. So now I'm looking at this shape and it's easier to see things when they're upside down. I will get you. You can see a nice little shade on the nose. If you want to, you can get that into as much as we can see it. And it kind of comes in here. And it's kind of shaded in here too. There we go. So spend a moment with your shapes upside down. Let's see. All right, Josie, you can, that looks great. You can bring your, flip it upside down. I'm just looking. You can bring, see how her eyelashes really extend out a little bit farther to the left. You can bend down a little bit, so you can bring them down a little bit farther. That looks pretty good. How do you feel about it? Do you feel good? Yes. Excellent. Let's see. Yeah, Jean, there we go. There we go. Yes, yes. I think you're going to have an easier time correcting your shape looking upside down. So,
Already am.
yep. Isn't that amazing?
I'm like, oh, this is wrong and this is wrong.
Yeah, but it's easy to see that. Does anybody know why it's easier to see our mistakes upside down?
Because you see it with the other side of your brain.
Yeah, but why?
Because you're just seeing shapes.
You're
instead of-
just seeing shapes and you're not seeing your idea of the shapes, right? So you'll notice if anybody's ever gotten their eyebrows done, right? If you get girls when you're old enough, Paul, you don't know this because you're a dude, but when you get your eyebrows done, a good eyebrow person will actually go and look at they'll come around one side of you and look at your eyebrows one direction, and they will come around and look at them upside down to make sure they've got the shapes even. It's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, Josie, these look great. These look terrific. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay, let's work for another minute or two, making your last minute corrections, and then we're going to go to the nose. That nose was a pain.
Oh,
So we are going to work on that nose. And I'm going to get this, I'm just going to flip this over. Spend one more minute doing this. Flip this the other way. So Addie, once we've got through the features, I'll take a look at your sketch. And if we don't have time before class, I'll do it right after class, okay? All right. All right, everybody ready to move on to the nose? Or you want another minute with your eyes? Another minute? Let's take another minute with the eyes. The eyes have it. Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Excellent, Paul. Great improvement. Great improvement. Excellent. You got it. You guys got it. All right, so now let's skip over to the nose. There's the nose. Her nose was kind of short. You can see kind of where it is in relation to the eyes. Let's sketch this outer shape. There's my, here. Notice that the nose bends in. It's like, I'll send this over so you can really see it. The nose from the side comes to here and then angles in. That's like the bottom of the nose. And then this particular nose angles up and out. And then also observe the light areas and the medium areas. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna send you guys, Jean, that looks great. Good job. Excellent. You guys got it. Really good. You're pros, man. Now I'm gonna come over here just to do a little quick check. I'm gonna bring this over to see that like the nose. Let's see. The nose is about, before it turns here, is about the same from here to here, is about the same distance as the eye. I guess we don't really have the eye, so what is the better way to do this? I'm just gonna have you try and sketch it out, and then we'll correct distances. So let's see. The nose comes, notice I did my angle too tight. The nose literally comes like this and like that. Right? That's your first line. It's kind of angled in like this and then like that. And then yeah, if I come over here, I know my nose is a little bit wider than it is long. So if I come here and then come where the bend is, and then I go a little bit further out, that's the width. So I don't know if you can see what I've done there. I've just kind of done a sketch. And I know this is more rounded, right? So eventually you're going to round it, but that doesn't mean it's not basically an angle. And then this kind of comes down. Yeah. This kind of comes down, and then it angles up, and then it angles in. So see, it's like, this is a series of really, that's too big. That's the kind of basic shape. It's a series of angle lines. Do you see that? There's this angle line. There's this line kind of at an angle. There's this angle line. And then there's this angle line. So try sketching in that shape first. And if you want to figure out how wide to make this, notice that if I come here and I check the width is about, if I compare my width to just this part, the part before the nose angles, you can see it comes down just a little bit before this outside angle. So you can make this the same, let's see. Yep. This should be just a little bit, that can be, this distance and this distance are the same, and then you just put that little angle out there for the nose. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to send this over to you. And I'm really excited because this is actually big enough. Here, I'm going to send this over so you guys can see it. Yeah, Josie, it's coming your way. Oops, wait, I want to get the whole. Here, let's get the whole. There we go. One. Josie, excellent, excellent, excellent. This is coming in a little too far. So you have it in like this. I'm talking to Josie. Josie, you're in like this. So bring it out a little bit to the left, but otherwise that's excellent. Good job, kid. So, and one of the things I want you guys to notice about the nose, people tend to make this whole area, they want to make this whole area like super dark, but you can actually see here that there's just a little tiny area that's dark. Everything else is medium and lighter. And so we exaggerate the lightness here because otherwise it looks like everybody's got a pig nose. Let's see. Looks good, Tosh. Looks good. Excellent. Yeah. It's fun, isn't it? Addie, let's see. Okay, so I'm looking. Open this up a little bit. 1, 2. Make this go straight down and have this come out a little bit more, Addie. And also bring this. That looks okay for the moment, actually. Good job, guys. All right, so now I'm gonna get this shape in, this light shape, right? Which is another angle line. Like this. So here it's kind of, everything is kind of lighter. Here, everything's kind of medium. And then it's here. Yep, not even that big. So it's going to be easy to make this thing too big. Then I just want you to darken here. What I mostly want you to focus on is darkening here. You know, the eyes and the nose and the mouth generally don't take as long as the eyes. The eyes are the thing that just take forever. Right? That's lighter.
Get the damn soul in there.
Right? And then everything else. So let's see, this is a little bit darker. This is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit darker in here. Mostly, I really want you to get the shape. Okay, Paul, I want you to go back to measuring. Addie, nice. I like this blocking. Fantastic. Jean, this angle is way too extreme. You have it going down like here. I'm going to turn this guy upside down so you guys can immediately start looking at it. You'll see. Look at your shapes. It's not so extreme. So can you see this? This is like a 5 on a value scale of 1 to 5. That's the darkest. Here is a 4. And this is a 3. And this is a 1. Go ahead and really look at those shapes. Paul, this is too wide. The width here is the same as this length here. So get this length down and then check this width, and that'll tell you how wide to make it. There you go. Better, better, already better. Already better. Good job, you guys. So Josie, this is the darkest. This is the next darkest. And then this is like kind of a medium, and this is a light. Can you guys see that? So this it's dark here. It's light all around here. Did you see Gina just made a little guest appearance, Jean?
No,
Yeah, take a look, Josie. So go ahead and yeah. So what you really want is to get this shape. Look at it upside down, Josie, and you'll see. You want to kind of bring your eraser in to kind of lighten things. Here, see how this shape kind of comes more like this? Look, she just popped in and commented on one of your pieces. Good job, you guys. What I really wanted you to get was this angle, right? How from the side, the nose has a top that comes out and then a bottom that turns in. And that this is really not all dark. And you can really see that here. Good reshaping there, Paul. Excellent work. Good job, man. You're doing great. You're doing great. You guys are doing
Thank you.
awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, really good. I'm really pleased. Do you see how this is helpful, I think, to really kind of lock in on the features and see what they're doing? And then even if you miss the first drawing, you're still going to learn something. But the first drawing is recorded. So. Addie, I saw you yawning. Are you tired? Has it been a long day? Yeah. Yeah.
Long but pretty fun.
Long but fun. What'd you do?
It was the party for 6th grade graduates.
Oh, have fun.
It was, we have like a really good group of parents who put it together, so it was awesome.
Oh, that's really awesome. That makes me happy. If you get into it, you'll start to see, by the way. Are you done with school already, Addie, or?
Tomorrow is the last day.
Wow. Josie, are you done with school yet? No. When are you done with school?
The 16th.
Oh, wow. Addie, are you in a private school? No, that's just
No, I go to a
Montana
public-
schools for you.
Yeah.
Huh? Interesting. Paul, I am appreciating your stick-to-itiveness. This is really great. Actually, I'm appreciating everybody's. This is good. Oh, so not bad. I like the shaping, Josie. So the thing I'm gonna say, oh, it's gonna mess me up here. This is too big now. Most of this is medium. Can you see how it kind of comes in here? So it's like, so make this dark about half the size and really make your medium bigger. It's good though. Let's see, Addie. Okay, what's off about this? Oh, Addie, look at your shapes here upside down. This needs to extend out. There you go. Yeah, Tosh, there you go. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Addie, look at how your shape extends out like this a bit. Nice work, you guys. Everybody learning about this whole thing, the nose. We were all commenting on how weird that nose was, how hard it was to get. So I think looking at it up close. Let's spend just another minute doing this and then we'll move on to the mouth. And then if we've got time, you can start adding on. You can start drawing her from the beginning, or let's see, we probably won't. Well, we may have time. Let's see. We'll see. Take another minute. Yeah, you can bring your medium, Josie, even up. So make this, so you want to actually make this smaller. This dark part here. Sorry, it's hard to tell when I'm pointing here. Make this dark part smaller, like I have it, and make more medium around it. We always, how do you say it? We underemphasize this dark part here. Otherwise, it's too strong. It sort of pops off the page too much. It makes the person look like they have a nose like a pig, which is not. All right. Let's spend one more minute here, and then we're going to move on to mouth. The mystery of the mouth. Let's see. Better. It's a little bit darker down here. Can you see this, Jean? How everything down here. I like how you have your little dark line there. That's just perfect. So it's like a 3 here and then a 4 here. You've got, this is very nice. I like this transition. I love these transitions here from here to here to here. Excellent. So just get a little bit darker down here because that's all the bottom of the nose. Otherwise, you've got it. By Jove. Got it. Got it. Got it. Is anybody learning anything that they didn't know about features, looking at them like this? Is anything jumping out at you? Anything surprise you? Well, all right. I guess you're used to being surprised in class. Okay, we're going to skip over to the mouth. I might need, wait, I'm just going to flip this over, I think. I'll need a new piece of paper. All right, here's the mouth. Now, let's look at a couple of things on this mouth before we get started. Okay, so a couple of things to observe about this mouth. One of them is that the top is generally darker than the bottom, although there's a little dark reflection on the bottom part of the lip, but most of the bottom lip is lighter. The top is darker. By far, the darkest part is the middle part, that middle line. And notice that there is a light and a dark side to the mouth, right? Here's the halfway point. Right? So notice this, this is literally halfway across the mouth. So notice that this side has an entirely, just like the eyes, this side has an entirely different shape than this side. Right? And this side is also a little bit lighter top and bottom than this side. Can you see all those things? So this side is actually, if we measure it, is half the distance of this side. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm not going to sketch in those lips. I'm just going to draw a straight line from here to here. And then I'm going to find the halfway point of that straight line. Yep. And I'm going to come over here so that I have my mouth on one side. Here's my dividing line of my lips. So I've drawn this straight line here, right? I've drawn this straight line first, then a line here. I found the halfway point, and that is half the distance of this. Okay, now. I can draw the angle line that's kind of up here, too thick. Here is the angle line. Look at the difference in the shape between left and right. So there's this, right, on this side, this on that side. Entirely different. And I come down to about here, and then it's really straight. So it's like angle straight. And then on this side, it's angled up. So entirely different shapes on the two sides. See if you guys can get that, those shapes. Notice that the top of the lip is not as tall as the bottom of the lip. Here, I'm going to send this across so you guys can really see it. Across so you guys can really see it. That looks great, Josie. Great nose. Love it. All right. So there's your initial mouth shapes. Hang on, I'll get you guys to. I'm not sure I exactly got the shapes right myself. Yeah, Addie, that looks pretty good. I like it. It can be a little bit more roundy out like this. Good job, Josie. Yeah, Addie. Yeah, Josie, these are great. Okay, so now the darkest, right, is this center line. And the center line comes just a little bit down on this side. And then it's quite dark on the top, but not as dark as the center line. It's also kind of dark here below. So remember again, if the value scale is 5 is the darkest and 1 is the lightest, right? The middle line is a 5. The line between the upper and the lower lip is a 5. Nothing else is a 5. Everything else is 4 or more, 4 or less. Notice I'm actually doing the sides differently. Oh, and there's like a little dip in the line. It's kind of dark, kind of like a 4 down through here. Maybe a 3 over here on this side. And maybe a 3 over here on this side. Right, so this is a 4. And then notice there's this 1 here. Then it goes back into like, I don't know, 3 or maybe 4. On this side. And here it's definitely like a 2. So the last thing I really want you to see, it's a little tough to see here, but I'm going to sketch it in for you anyway. Over the top of all lips is a little light edge. It's where the lip, it's just the makeup of the face. It's how the skin kind of stretches over. So if you want to, you can add in, so on this side, you could even like shade in up on top of it. Right, up in here. And just shade up on top of it. And over here might be a 2. and a 3 on the top. And over here, it's definitely a 1. Underneath the lip, there's a little bit of shading too. It's like a 4 underneath it. Notice my lights are too much, so I'm bringing them in. There we go. You need to get a lot darker. Yeah, that's better. Right. And then, Josie, let's see. I appreciate your measuring. Good job, kiddo. Good shapes. Looking good. Paul, look at those shapes. I'm gonna have you look at this upside down. In fact, I'm gonna have all of you look at this upside down and you'll see it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how obvious it is to see the shapes? Addie, let's see here. So Addie, notice, I'm gonna label these. This is a 3. This is a 1. This is, on this side, is a 3. This is a 5. This is a 2. 3, 1, 4. This is a 4. So it's 4 on this side, 3 on this side. 4 on this side, 3 on this side. 1 on this side, 2 on that side. Look at it upside down and you'll really see it. Also, I feel, Addie, that like her top lip is too, it's too much the same as her bottom lip. If you really look, you can really see how much. Here, I'm going to take a picture of this because once again, the light is just dark enough that you can't really see this. And by the way, for anybody who's, oh, I can see a couple of things I need to change. All right. So once I've sent this across, I'm going to change mine so y'all can see it. Here, let's see. Josie, I'm going to do the same thing for you here. So you see, Addie, the very thing I was telling you, I haven't done myself. So I need to make this come out down more. See how much, see how I need to make that come down more? So I really missed the boat on how just so nobody feels bad. So that's where I had my shading under the lip. In fact, that was all lip. See that? See how that's much better? And then the shading comes underneath that. Wow, I was off by like 2 millimeters. That's huge in drawing terms. So even though it looks like there's these huge dark spots, like light spots on the lip, they're actually quite, the actual light part is very small. It's more dark than light. Yeah, so Josie, I want you to really look at, here, I sent this in. Do you see this little label of things? You have your lip all the same color, so value. So I want you to really look. The darkest is here, which you've got. This is like a 3, and this is like a 4, right? This is like a 4, this is like a 1. So try and get a little bit of that variation in there. Yeah, Addie, much better. Much better. Wonderful. Paul, look at, just split. You have your lip split exactly in half. Look at the difference. In fact, it's literally,
Oh,
the top lip is a third of the bottom. I know, come on. Come on, pay attention. Pay attention to proportions. That's not a difficult one to see.
Yeah.
When you
I
make
saw it, I
that-
just didn't draw it when I draw it. Like, I don't know what I did.
Right. So you're not thinking when you're drawing enough. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
You're drawing the thing that your left brain thinks is there and you're not. So pay attention because that's where one goes off the rails with drawing. By the way, great job, everybody. Good job. We go off the rails when we let our when we let our left brain, which is our conceptual side, take over our right brain.
Damn left brain.
Left brain, it gets in the way. All right, give me a couple minutes, you guys. I'll be right back. Oh, hey, Herms. Where's your sissy? Hi. Hi. Where's your sister?
Coco wants to say hello.
Coco.
Oh, hi, Coco.
Yeah.
What? What are we looking at? Oh, that's the other one. Oh, no, that's Coco.
That's
Hi, Coco. Hi, Coco. Coco knows my voice. Coco.
Yeah, she
Coco.
here. She heard your
Coco.
voice.
Look at her little face.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to show and tell their pet, now is the time.
For once, mine are all asleep and not bothering me. It's a miracle.
Yeah, what's up with that? Were you home today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
why.
that's why. Let's see. Better, Paul, much better. There you go. There you go. Now get some of the variation. It's not just dark light. Here, I have the whole label of what everything is. So get that variation in. Now you're talking. All right, so Addie, let me see if I have time to check your measurements on this. So for those of you who did not get this first lesson, I will send you the video of the last class so you can try and follow it if you want to, or you can just try it yourself. Hold on a second. Oh, Josie, better, but let's see. This is a 2. This is a 3. This is kind of darker. This is like a 4 down here and a 3 here, right? This is a 4 up here. And then there's these light bits you want to erase in. You see them? Here, I'm going to send this really, Josie, look at what I send you because this will be easier to see. Here, I'm going to send it right over so you can really see the map of the darks and the lights. Don't try and see it here because for some reason we can't really see it. Did you get that? Did that go across? No, it's not going across here. Ah, there we go. Tosh, look at the shape. If you turn this upside down, you're going to see significant issues with your mouth shape. Number 1, it's too rounded. Look at this. It's really more, right? Angles. Right? So look at those shapes. Number 2, I really like the nose though. It's looking great. Nose and the eyes are looking great. The mouth, look at your mouth upside down and you'll see. You'll see here. I'm going to push this up again so you guys can see it. Here. Compare it to this shape and you'll see the problems with it.
Your video got a little unfocused.
Oh, I see. You're right. Here, hold on. Oh, it's because this guy is flapping in the wind here. But I just sent you a picture so you can see it on the thread. Look on the thread and you'll totally see.
Thank you.
Yes, there you go. You'll notice that the top of the lip is about 1/3. It's like 1, 2, 3/3. The bottom lip is 2/3. The top lip is 1/3 in height. That's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing is to really see those angles. Notice this part of the mouth is really like a straight across and up. This is much more angled up on both sides. Better, Paul, better. Get your reflective lights in here. So make it darker. You get those lights to show up by getting this darker and these lighter.
Darker, okay.
Yes.
I hate mouths.
Yeah, they're hard. Hey, Addie, I think I'm gonna need, let me hold on. Let me see if I can look at this now. What did I just do with my? Ah, here it is. Gonna look, might be able to check this before class is over, or I might. Let me see if I can check this really quick. I want to check your,
I just sent you one that's like updated, so.
okay. All right, let's see. So the biggest thing I can see, I don't think your eyes, let me check. Oops, sorry. Looking here. Although I like how you incorporated all the shapes of everything in. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. The mouth needs to come a little lower, right? If you can see this. Right, remember the mouth comes a little bit lower than that 1/3 line. So see that there's more space here. Oh, it's hard to see here, hold on. Sorry. Now you can't see yours. I can tell you that you need to have more space between here and your mouth. And I want you to, there's something a little off about the shape of the face, so hold on. I like where everything else is. Oh, the chin is a little bit too low. If you check it, you'll see it comes a little bit too low. I'm going to check. So look at this shape. Sorry, I'm all like a flutter with papers here. Really look at this shape. I think you'll see your hairline isn't in the right place, right? Look at those shapes as compared to this shapes. And one of the ways to do that, so I think your eye is too high or your hairline is too low, something is off here. But it's more to me, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. This shape is correct. The shape that you've got is more going like this. That's what's really happening. That's what you have happening. Can you see this? You have the hairline shape going like, although I want to say a lot of these things are in the right places. So good job on that. But if the head doesn't look right, it's because we don't see enough of the back of the head. So you shorten the back of the head by kind of doing that. And remember, there's got to be at least 1, 2. If I were to take the eye on its side and go up, there'd be 2 eye spaces to the top where the hairline starts. So use your eye to measure. And I think what you'll see is you don't have the hairline space and then 1, 2, right? 2 eyes across. So bring that down a little bit more like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sign off because I have to be somewhere at 6, but
Hey, Paul.
do you want me to send you a picture of the entire thing or?
Sure. Are you happy with it?
Relatively, I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I like it. I think the proportions would be better, but. There you go.
Well, we'll work on proportions on the next one. We'll do a new drawing next time.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna watch the video and I'll try to.
Yeah. I'll send it across. I'll make sure you guys all get that. Oh, sorry, Josie, I just saw you sent me something.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Great work, Paul. Actually, that looks pretty good. Jean, better. Yeah. Josie, let's see what you've got for me. Better, Josie. I still think we could do more. You could take your eraser in here more and really pull out your lights. I like that you're going dark, right? I like that you're going darker rather than lighter. Now is the time to kind of pull out the lights. The light section is really like, here. So really emphasize that. Great work, everybody. We'll do a new one next week. I just sent you a picture.
How come we always think we'll have more time?
Right? That's why I've started splitting up faces into 2 sections, because I'm like, it really takes that much time.
It really does.
It really does.
And you're like,
It
oh
really
yeah, and after we get all the things, then we can put.
Then
it
we'll
together."
add them back
No, we're not.
in, but no, but no. Here, hold on. I'll let me pull this across. I'll grab the YouTube chat video really quick. Hi, buddy. I have like cats just stalking back and forth here. It's really cute. They're really adorable. Okay.
So we are going to work
Yep.
on this portrait over 2
No,
sessions.
stop.
And I think
I
what's
know that
nice
voice.
about it is anybody
Yeah, I just started the video and I didn't really want to hear that. Okay, so
Okay.
here is the video. And Josie, I'm going to send it to you too. So you can just call it up from the last class. So all the videos, for those of you who are new to class, come on here. Share to, hold on, let me get this over to Josie. Okay, all the videos of all classes are free. Definitely all video classes are free. So, and that I like that because it feels like anybody can catch up. Oh yeah, nice, Tosh. Yeah. Yeah. So Tosh, if you want to, you can go back and do the first lesson that was recorded and then try to put it all together, right? Like all those pieces and the shapes.
2 things that are bothering me,
What?
and maybe if you could check for me, that the left eyebrow feels too high,
Let me see.
and the eyelashes, the right eyelid feels too straight.
Hold on, let me look. Yeah, so if you want to look here, and that's kind of a looking at the whole thing. Going back to looking at the whole thing, right? Yes, so it is not too high up.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it's really not. Which is interesting that you feel like it feels that way, because it totally isn't. My feeling is that this is out a little too far.
Okay.
Yep. So if you bring it in, so notice how it really kind of comes out like this and in like that. So you're just looking here. This is a little too wide. This eyebrow is a little too wide, just a touch.
Okay.
And the mouth should line up with the middle of the eye. So your mouth might be a titch. Boy, I love the nose, Tosh. You really got the nose on this one, which is one of the hardest things to
Right.
get.
I feel like nose is so
I think her mouth is a little bit too wide, so you might nip in just a touch here
okay.
and here, just a teeny touch, because you can see like where the edge kind of lines up with the, oh yeah, you can see it. It actually should line up with the tear duct there.
Wow, I feel like
Yeah, Josie, huh?
your adjustments make such a big difference.
I know, it's a millimeter. Isn't that insane? How is it possible that a millimeter can make that much difference? It's so funny. It's easy to get too big or too small. It's easy to miss. And you can see, look at this, Tosh. I mean, we could barely see the nose on this section. I feel like we really, until we got big.
Right.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Jean, yes, lovely. You can really darken the whole top. The whole top is darker than much of the bottom. You can definitely, there's no real lights on the top. The top is a 4 on this side and like a 3.5 on this side. So don't hesitate to go dark. So you guys have the video. Oh my God, we're already at 2 hours. That's amazing. All right, so next week we'll do another face at 3/4 pose. Y'all into it? Are we gonna do this? Let's do this. Really nice work today, you guys, like excellent work. In fact, I want you to hold up your favorite thing that you did. I put everything in gallery view. I like my eyes. What happened to mine?
It's got a whole face, it just isn't put together.
Right, right, which is the idea, right? So that we practice some of this stuff. I like how my eyes turned out. Oh yeah, nice.
Josie, your mouth is perfect.
Didn't that turn out nice? Oh, Addie, she's already at it. Yep, Addie. Yep, you're getting it. You're getting it. Uh-huh. I think what happened, Addie, is that you didn't go high enough up on the head. Can I show you just really quickly? Right, look at how high up above that. So right here's this and this and this, but then there's this bit up here. It's like trying to get this shape of the head is because we get that bit of the skull that sticks out. One of these days, I'm going to have you guys draw a skull. I think you're going to find it really cool. Yeah, yeah. So you can
Leah,
really, huh?
I actually did that. Do you want to see them?
Yeah, hold it up. Oh, did you draw the skulls that I gave you, or is this a different? Awesome. Can you send a picture across the thread? That's amazing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a real skull. I've ordered one. It's coming. Not a real skull. It's 3D printed. It's not a real skull. Yes, I didn't go find myself a skull.
Did you read the Reuters article from a few years back about how easy it is to order actual body parts?
No, really?
Terrified, because all these people, donate their body to science, but then they don't really regulate